two things to people. They either bring out the best of you or the worst of you. And if they bring out the worst, you shouldn't be in the business. But cows do that to you. You have to understand them. You have to know. You have to think like a cow. That's why I always tell my hired guys who are helping herd cows and stuff, think like a cow. Where's she trying to go? And you're trying to push them. But for me, I probably realized it early on, probably when I started doing the embryo transfers. I started doing them in '86. I started breeding cows when I was 13 years old. My dad came to me one day, he says, "You want to skip school?" I says, "Yeah, what are we doing?" He says, "We're going to go to an AI school." And I didn't even know what AI was. So he took me down to the old Blackfoot Fairgrounds. Anyway, we went down there and I had to stand on a bale of straw. I'm still short enough with my big tall cows today. I have to stand on a stool to breed them. But anyway, I learned how to do it at 13 years old. First cow I ever bred on my own went on to be an excellent 90-point cow, the calf that resulted from that. So I thought, hey, this is easy. Anybody can do this. And then as you get older, you realize finding excellent cows, they don't come easy. My grandpa moved down into Shelley in 1945, and they came up on a program started by Utah and Idaho Sugar, and they needed people to come up here and grow sugar beets for them. So they would sell them land really cheap if they had raised sugar beets for them. It was called the Hayes Project. But in 1952, they moved from Shelley to the location where our dairy is now. So we've been there since 1952. They built it from scratch up. They had the house, was there. They built the old barn. It was just a wooden platform and everything, and it was a flat barn, and we milked in that. And my job at that time was, when we were still milking in that, my job was to take the little grain buckets and dump the grain in for all the cows and lock the head stanchions that we locked them in when they came in and stuff. Had to walk a mile for chores every morning. It was not uphill both ways now. It was flat. But I walked every morning, even when I was in the first and second grade, to go and help my dad. Then Cindy and I, we got married in 1976, and that's when we came up with the name. The farm had three names originally. The first name was Power Farm because it was right across from the power plant. So my grandpa, he called it Power Farm. So all of his cattle had carried the Power Farm prefix. And then when my dad got married, he called it the IdahoDairy. Pack. And my mother's name was Kathleen, so they took K-A from Kathleen. And then my dad's name was Dean, so they took the D-E. So it became IdahoDairy with our family's last name and my mom and dad's first two initials. So when Cindy and I got married in 1976, we decided we wanted to start our own breeding program and stuff. And I wanted, because Cindy was from Canada, she'd never seen cows until she married me. Well, maybe she'd seen a few, but not very many. She didn't know where milk, well, she might have known where milk came from, but her brother really thought it came from a grocery store. Serious, didn't he, Cindy? I mean, that's a true statement. So, I wanted to name it Can-Am for Canada America, and we were going to have Can-Am Holsteins, but Cindy came up with the name Tender Lovin'. It was her that did that. So, you know, all the guys think I'm a mommy's girl for naming it Tender Lovin'. But I'll tell you this, I have never met anybody, once they know the name of my farm, Tender Lovin', they never forget it. Never. Because it's pretty unique. And so is Packety. It's pretty unique too. So and they were introducing everybody, and this is when I went on the DFA board. There was three of us new on the board, and they were asking how many cows do you milk? Tell us a little bit about your operation and stuff. And so I milk 1,500 cows. We milk 3,500 cows. We milk 2,800 cows. Well, we milk 5,000. Everybody's going around there, and of course there was only a couple of guys, and finally it came to me, and he says, well, I milk 100 cows. And one guy literally turned to me, and he says, how in the hell do you make a living on 100 cows? Being the smart ass I am, I turned to him and I says, because I'm better at it than you are. And it was kind of a joke, but I kind of meant it. That I think it doesn't, and that's the one thing I've noticed in Idaho. There are so many ways to make a living with cows, whether you're milking 5, 10, 15, or 15,000. You know, I've never felt like because I milk 100 cows that I've been treated any different than somebody who milks 10,000. This is like coming to family here.
You're getting inducted in the Hall of Fame for the Holsteins, huh?
Just for all United Dairymen.
Oh, really?
United Dairymen of Idaho Hall of Fame.
Congratulations.
So, thank you, appreciate that.
That's a lot of tits to stretch.
It is. That's a lot of.